Sami Zayn was the it boy as the wrestling media tried to create another Yest Movement. One promo later, Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman were like, nope.
Pro Wrestling Bits. Subscribe now.
Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman, two legendary storytellers, combined to do what WWE's done better than it has in decades under the Triple H era. Tell a fucking story. That's what I've been saying since day zero of this feud, and boy does it feel good to be right again. I'm so glad to be on the right side of this argument, where I'm not one of these entitled fans or media who now has to backtrack in February as the Yest Movement immediately turns into the no, sit down and shut up movement. Turns out the Triple H era actually does know what it's doing, as if the last 6 months was an indication. Talk to him, Big Al.
The fact is, this is a bullshit, media-driven, fake Twitter controversy, and God love Dave Meltzer. AEW and all their affiliates are trying to now push this narrative that Sami needs to headline WrestleMania. You're seeing Dave Meltzer push this thing constantly. It's gotta be Sami. Sami's hot. He needs a main event. You're seeing Chris Jericho from AEW saying Sami's got a main event. You're seeing FTR from AEW, Dax Harwood on his podcast. Sami's got a main event. If I was an AEW star or any of their affiliates, yes, I too would be pushing this so that WWE's audience could be fighting with each other, which is exactly what they want. But I do not think that Sami Zayn is going to main event WrestleMania as a single star. I do think Sami Zayn is going to main event WrestleMania, night one particularly, as a tag team wrestler with Kevin Owens against the Usos. I think that could easily be the first tag team main event at a WrestleMania since WrestleMania 1, which is a huge deal.
But what if the fans turn on the product in the middle of a boom period?
Here's the thing about fans turning on WrestleMania. It's this Pavlovian thing where Dave Meltzer's trying to get all these Pavlovian dogs to bark so that Sami Zayn can go to WrestleMania or whatnot. But the thing about people turning on WWE's product, three things have to be in place when you're turning on this product. Business is down, creative has to be bad, and people have to be pissed off on both sides. Business is up, creative is very good, people are not pissed off.
God, watching those videos back to back make me want to Lanny Poffo myself if I was that flexible. R.I.P. Lanny. Go look at any of these wrestling media types pushing the Sami narratives and just how much they had to eat their words after just one promo. It's truly hilarious. I know people have PTSD when it comes to letting things play out in WWE, but the Triple H era has earned that right, and they have all the ingredients to slowly build to a great crescendo come April. Simply put, Cody Rhodes is him, and his promo opposite Paul Heyman made immediate hypocrites of all these short-sighted fans who thought Sami Zayn should main event WrestleMania because he's hot at this moment. I love Sami Zayn. I love Cody Rhodes. Let's go, Cody! I love the Bloodline storyline, but I also can't wait for Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Inglewood. The Bloodline storyline started almost a year ago, April 22nd to be exact. So it's been 41 weeks of this. We're essentially on chapter 41 of the Bloodline story, and it's a great damn book. But that book will slam shut on February 18th, when Roman Reigns presumably beats Sami Zayn in Montreal, and Sami goes off to feud with the Usos alongside Kevin Owens. Then we get to start chapter 1 of the Usos versus Kevin and Sami, and more importantly, chapter 1 of Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Pro wrestling is a comic book. When done correctly, there are several different volumes and issues and a variety of stories to tell. It's kind of like Harry Potter. I remember when I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone as a kid. To that point, it was the best book I had ever read. I couldn't put it down, and I didn't until I was done. As I got closer and closer to finishing the book, I didn't threaten to riot because of where I thought the story should go. I didn't go on Twitter to tell J.K. Rowling to add more chapters to this book or that she better put over Malfoy, partly because Twitter didn't exist. Instead of throwing a tantrum and trying to tell the author how she should write her story for the first book, I finished the first book and then picked up the second book, Chamber of Secrets, which was even better. This continued for the entire Harry Potter series, and while I will maintain Prisoner of Azkaban is the GOAT, the entire anthology is fire. When one book closes, another one opens, and Cody and Paul Heyman have given wrestling fans a great preview of what the Roman Reigns-Cody saga has in store. And it's going to be another classic with not one WrestleMania riot in sight. Wrestling fans have been conditioned to rioting during WrestleMania season, but since the onset of AEW, there have been no WrestleMania season upheavals. In fact, the last time something like that happened was WrestleMania 35 in 2019, the first year of AEW. Now that AEW is established and the toxic hardcore fans know that their underconfident booker will listen to them instead of having an actual plan, you don't see any wrestling dorks trying to take over shows in WWE. I gotta tip my hat for AEW for trying to sabotage WWE's plans though, because that's what a wrestling war is all about. Dave Meltzer, Chris Jericho, Dax Harwood all tried their best to pollute the Twitter narrative with this fake Twitter controversy that Sami should headline. It's so wild to me that AEW has fallen so far behind in this wrestling war that the Sami versus Cody debate is bigger than WWE versus AEW, even within AEW. It's okay, keep it up, AEWs. Don't give up on Sami Mania just yet. There's still time to create turmoil among WWE's fan base like it was an AEW locker room. Bring in the big guns. I need Tony Khan to go on a speaking tour about how Sami Zayn should headline WrestleMania. Get Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to bang the table for Sami to see if that works. I don't think it will. In fact, all these Sami Zayn WrestleMania truthers were all dead wrong. Fans are so conditioned to WWE only having one hot star that some of these hardcores panicked when they saw that Sami got hot and it became evident that he was going to lose. I can assure you, you will never lose and remain undefeated if you get tested with our sponsor, Let's Get Checked.
Guys, if you're thinking about your 2023 bodybuilding goals, then I have an important message for you. Hitting your goals are going to be next to impossible if your testosterone levels are in decline. It doesn't matter how old you are. The average male testosterone level has been declining at a rate of 1% per year since the 1980s. Low T can lead to lack of strength, decreases in bulk, and even male menopause, which causes a lower sex drive. I urge you to test your testosterone levels in 2023, and you can do it all with help from today's sponsor, Let's Get Checked. I love Let's Get Checked because it gives me the freedom to measure my testosterone levels without having to get permission from a doctor first. You don't have to leave your home, you don't have to get off your couch, you don't have to go to a lab to get your blood drawn. It's very convenient. Here's me taking the test myself. Just took a quick and painless blood sample, followed the user-friendly instructions, and sent this bad boy to the lab. Got my results back that same week, and here they are. Long story short, my testosterone levels are lit because, like Hangman Adam Page, I am a man. According to the analytics for this wrestling YouTube channel, so are you probably. Once your sample arrives in the laboratory, confidential results will be available on your secure online account in 2 to 5 days. Let's Get Checked laboratories are CLIA and CAP approved, which is the highest level of accreditation. Your results are reviewed by a member of the Let's Get Checked clinical team, and they can even give you a virtual consultation, and in some cases, the clinical team can prescribe you medication that'll be ready at the pharmacy of your choice. So if you want to test your testosterone levels from the comfort of your own home, visit trylgc.com/prowrestlingbits for 25% off using the code WRESTLING25, also available in my description.
Not only is Cody Rhodes every bit the star that Sami is, he's an even bigger star. Because he wears a suit and presents himself like a star, some may confuse Cody Rhodes for an industry plant. But this ain't Jack Harlow. This is the same Cody Rhodes who left WWE as Stardust and launched WWE's biggest competition in almost 20 years. Then when AEW started acting up, he left their asses high and dry, came back to WWE, and now he's breaking records there. Last week's Raw After Rumble ratings were up 13% from the year prior. Tulsa, Oklahoma set gate and attendance records. Rhodes' merchandise is a top seller. This weekend, Rhodes moved over 6,000 tickets in Georgia and Pensacola, both WWE gate records in the territories. Because women lie, men lie, carnies lie, numbers don't. As if Cody Rhodes' financial records weren't convincing enough, Rhodes' awesome promo exchange alongside Paul Heyman reminded fans just how great this WrestleMania main event against Roman Reigns will be. Instead of listening to fans, WWE once again showed that it's more important to understand them. Sami who? Fans will change their mind with the wind if the content is good enough. Nobody was fantasy booking Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes to have an iconic promo exchange like that, but in the Triple H era, WWE knew exactly what to do to get the fans on board. WrestleMania is setting up to be an all-time classic here in Inglewood. So is Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Two things can be true. And we're quickly learning that when wrestling is at its best, multiple characters can get hot. And when the trust is there, fans will go along with the stories WWE is telling. Check out this video of me trying to tell y'all to stop fantasy booking Sami Zayn, hopefully they learn their lesson, and subscribe by clicking on this fire new logo. Are you more excited for Cody Rhodes to headline WrestleMania? Let's go, Cody! Tell me in the comments!